Hello, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my face, please consider to watch my previous videos. Today we are going to talk about social workers, the process on how you can migrate to UK as a social worker. One thing that you need to remember, or you need to make sure that you put in your mind, is that social workers position in the United Kingdom is a protected position. So no one in UK can call themselves a social worker without having a registration identification number or without being registered with any social services in UK. So don't call yourselves social workers if you are not yet registered. In United Kingdom, United Kingdom has 4 countries, which is England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. These 4 countries have a separate social services department. If you want to work in either of these 4, you have to be registered in one of the 4. You cannot be able to practice in England if you are registered in Wales. If you are registered in England, you will not be able to work in Wales. So, be wise when you choose where you want to work. Like I said, there are 4 organizations that you need to look for, which are all in separate countries, which is England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales. Now, today we are going to focus on England. Social workers have been flooding my inbox on Facebook. This is why I am talking about this, and they were specific about where they want to work. So I have a video on my channel about social workers on all these 4 countries, but today I will only focus on England because I have seen that the mass is looking to work in England. A few things that you need to put into consideration before you can start the process of migration. One thing for sure, migration is expensive. It's severely expensive. That you cannot ignore. It also is mentally draining. It is also emotionally draining. So when you start this process, make sure that you have been through all options and you are sure this is what you want. So there are a few things that are required of you to produce for registration before you can apply to work in England. One thing, that the most important thing, is finances. There is a scrutiny fee that you have to pay for registration, and it is non-refundable. You will not get that money back. Once you pay it, you will not get it back. So when you start the process, gather all documents, almost all the information that you need, and start the process. Like I have said, that finances are the first thing that is important. The second thing is you have to open an online portfolio that you will be able to submit all the documents and pay for the service, and be able to track the process, how far it is. Online portfolio or the online profile, you don't have to pay for that. You just go on to England Social Services. I will leave a link down below so that you can click on the link and go straight to Social Services England and start your process. You open an online portfolio with your names. The names that you put on that online portal should be the names that appear on your passport and your certificates. But if your passport has different names to your certificates, you need to have an affidavit of change of names that you will attach to your documents. That is number 1. And then once you have completed recreating your profile, you upload all your documents. The most important documents that are required out of you, it's passport with 6 months validity, your certificate, your educational certificates, your college transcripts, your contact details, your English language proficiency test results, or if you didn't go through that, you have to prove that all your education was taught in English. And then if you are married, you also attach your marriage certificate. Those are the most important documents that you have to attach to the online profile. For people who have been taught in another language aside English, you also have to provide a translation of all your educational certificates and transcripts. So this information, you can be able to obtain it on the Social Services England website. If you are cooking, you are just listening to me now, or you are driving, you better stop driving and let us look on the screen and go through all these things, because it is important for you to understand what is required of you out of this website. They have a dedicated portal portion where they are saying overseas or all people who are educated out of UK. This is where you go. Okay, let us go through all this together. And I think it is very simple, but because the competition is high, that's why it will take long. But let us just look into this. Go on to your search engine and then search for Social Work England. This is the official social work website. You click on that. This is the first page that you will come across. It has this portion where you can be able to search anyone that you know is registered as a social worker. You can search here. You will find them if they are registered. So when you reach here, you go to the menu, click that menu button and scroll down. Then you go for registration. After that, you go for apply for registration. You will come across something like this. You also, because you have been qualified outside the UK, you click here. There is a guidance, a full guidance on how to apply. But before you do that, you click on if you qualified as a social worker outside the UK. Applying for registration, if you qualified outside, you click there. It will give you this menu. So what do you need to do first? You check the pre-application checklist. These are all the documents that they will need from you, all of them. They include your passport, your certificates, work history, previous employers, convictions, caution, penalties, of any criminal investigations going on, and where you have drained from. They will need email address from the school so that they can be able to communicate with them. If your qualification is not written in English, you will have to make sure that everything is translated to English. And after you have gathered all the information, you can start your registration. You start first by creating an online profile. So everything else is online. These are all documents that you need. You see how long this is. So make sure you give yourself time to go through all this guidance so that you will be able to provide all the necessary documents. It is as simple as this. There is nothing else that is required of you to provide. All that is provided on the website is what is required of you. For my fellow social workers from Lesotho, I know that their pay home is not enough. But one thing for sure, if you are dedicated and you want this, you will be able to fulfill this process. Your process is more expensive than necessary. It's really expensive. But if you want to work in UK, try as much as you can to save. It's only January 2025, and there is someone that I know who is a financial influencer in Lesotho, and he's pushing people to save. His name is Bright Peter, and he is on Facebook. He's talking about all sorts of financial options for you to save. Why don't you just visit his profile and then try to follow his advice? Because I want to believe that he is more knowledgeable in finances than any one of us who are not in the finance profession. And save for this journey so that you can be able to fulfill your wishes. You know, it's not easy to save because we are not earning much. I am Lesotho. I worked in Lesotho for many years. I've tried so many things. After I completed my form E, I worked in the factories. I went to school. I worked as a nursing assistant. I went back to school. I worked as a general nurse. I also did midwifery. I worked as a nurse midwife. I am in UK. I've been through all those sorts of things. I've been through trading. Hey, guys, if you want to have a financial revolution, visit Bright Peter's profile, Facebook profile, and try to maybe implement his advices. See if it will be able to help you save towards processing this thing of being a social worker abroad. I worked as a general nurse, and the money that I got there when I was preparing to come into UK, it was heavy. It was so heavy. Like, guys, it's not easy. So try. You can only try for you to be able to succeed. Okay, so let us put more effort. UK is looking for United Kingdom is looking for many professionals, including them nurses, them social workers, them accountants, drivers, truck drivers, like all, even police officers, prison wardeners. Are they called? Yeah, what prison? Those people that work in prison, yeah, prison, whatever, security, bricklayers, plumbers, electricians, IT technicians, like all those professionals are in high demand in UK. So if you want to change your life, try to save for that, and you can be able to do it. If I did it, you will do it too. Thank you very much for watching this video this far. I'll see you in my next upload. Bye.